Hey y'all, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world. Today's topic is a very random but also very necessary topic. We are going to talk a little bit about faith. I just got back home from dinner with a very special friend of mine. And during the conversation, we were talking about my podcast, and we usually get together every week just to talk about life and get an update on each other's life and to find ways to encourage and motivate each other to basically to keep going. A friendship like what me and her had is something that I definitely had to pray to God for, because I wanted to be around people who are inspiring to me, people who want to do more in life, people who can pour into me that I can also pour into them. A relationship that is about give and take, right? And not just take, and there's no giving. So anyway, I can talk about, we can do another podcast about friendships and the importance of friendship and how I was able to curate very, very solid friendships in my life. But today's podcast is not about that. Today's podcast is about faith. During our conversation at dinner, she brought up the topic of faith, and I started to get really excited because I was like, I literally had a whole conversation about faith with another friend of mine this past week. And so it's just crazy how sometimes God uses the people that we have around us to remind us of the things that he wants to talk to us about, and to remind us that he is still trying to get through to us. And sometimes you have a dream and you wake up from this dream and your whole mood changes, right? And because of my relationship with God now, able to notice that immediately, and then I go right into prayer. And while I was praying Wednesday, God pretty much told me that I was in my spirit. I was like, I feel like I don't have faith. I feel like I'm losing faith about something that I was asking God for and waiting for God on. And I could feel it. I could feel it in my spirit. I could feel in my spirit that I did not have faith that day, and I needed a little bit of faith. And having God as your source and having things like prayer to go to when your spirit don't feel well, or there's something disturbing your spirit, or you become so self-aware that you are so connected to the spirit that prayer is needed, right? Let me go ahead and get on my knees and do a really quick prayer, even if it's just 5 minutes, just to get my spirit back up to where it needs to be. And so after going through that prayer session, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, I felt better after the prayer. And I remember walking to my kitchen, looking at my kitchen, and I forgot that I have a poster in my kitchen that says, I actually have two, one that says faith over fear. And then the other poster has Hebrews 11 verse 1, which says, faith is the confidence in what we hope for, and the assurance in what we do not see. So I said, let me go on Threads. Like Threads is like my personal virtual journal now. So I went on Threads and I threaded something about what was coming up at that time. And I also wrote what was coming up in my notebook as well. And that's something that you guys can also incorporate, journaling. Journaling has been really, really good for me. I journal pretty much all my thoughts and everything that comes up while I'm praying, while I'm fasting, while I'm having conversation with God. And so I read that statement and I was like, faith does not require vision. Faith is having confidence in something that you want, having assurance, be very sure about this thing that you do not have vision on. It is not in your reality. You may not even be close to that thing that you're looking for. But what God is asking for you to do is to have faith in him. It's almost as if faith is a currency. With this currency in the spiritual realm, I'm able to go to God and ask for things. And God is not going to say, oh, Nancy wants this, so let me just give it to her. I think God is also going to measure up my faith level to see if I even trust him to deliver the thing that I'm asking him for. How many times have we went to God and we've begged for something? We are asking for something. We are crying and, going on and on and on about wanting something so badly, but we have no faith. We actually don't have no confidence that this thing can actually happen. We're not even sure that what we are asking for can actually happen. And if we don't have confidence in the God that we are asking for that thing from, we may never get it because we don't even believe that we can get it. So when I say faith is a currency in the spirit, it's a currency to buy things that you want, to get the things that you want. And it's not just having things, but it's just trusting God, even if God decide not to give you whatever it is that you're asking for. Do you have enough faith to say, God, I trust you? Even if you decide not to give me that thing, even if you decide to give me that thing, fine. But if you decide not to give me that thing, I still have faith in you regardless of the outcome. That radical faith, that faith that Jesus said, if you have a faith as small as a mustard seed, you can tell mountains to move from here to here and the mountains will obey you and move. That means faith is powerful enough that if you have faith in the realm, in the spirit, that it can manifest, right, in the physical world, right? And so although faith is something that you do not see, if you do have it, its manifestation can be physical. I started writing down the requests that I wanted from God. And this morning I woke up and I was thinking about this request again. It was on my heart again. And I had just watched the video in regards to this request that I wanted from God. And as I was sitting there praying to God, doing my morning devotion this morning, in my spirit, God said, listen, one thing about God, he will gather you, okay? He will get you all the way together, okay? And so I'm sitting doing my morning devotion on my couch, and I hear a voice in my spirit. I hear it, I sense it in my spirit, and it said, you have given me literally everything. You have surrendered everything to me. Why can't you surrender this thing to me? What is it about this thing that makes you so fearful? That makes you so, that makes you have lack of faith, that you do not trust me enough to give me this thing? And I was like, you got me. I said, God, you got me. I said, you know what? You're right. You are correct. Let me go ahead and let you have this as well. It's so funny how sometimes we will give God certain things. We will trust him with certain parts of our lives. But then when it comes to other parts of our lives, we hold on to it. We don't trust him to do it. We trust God I trust God to give me health. But when it comes to my marriage, I don't trust him to fix it. Oh, I trust God to give me a good job. But when it comes to my health and getting healing, I don't trust that can happen. In all things, we have to trust God. We have to have faith in God. I remember there's this one story in the Bible where God, I think it was the guy at the well, maybe, where God was asking him, do you believe? Jesus could have just said, hey, you need healing. Obviously, I see that you need healing. Get up and go. You are healed. But instead of doing that, Jesus asked him, do you believe? Which means that his belief is what's needed for the healing. So it wasn't just enough for him to want the healing. It's not enough for us to just want whatever it is that we are asking God for in this season. God is asking, do you believe? Do you have faith? Your faith is what's going to give you that healing that you're looking for. Your faith is the currency that's going to give you that marriage that you're looking for. That's going to give you that job that you're looking for, right? And so we have to be so radical in our faith that even when it doesn't feel like it, it doesn't look like it, it doesn't even smell like it doesn't even look like it can even happen in the physical realm here in this world, God is asking us to still trust him, to give him all of it, to surrender everything that we are looking for and asking him for, to give it fully to him. Total surrender, not partial surrender, totally to surrender it to him, to have faith so deeply, so hard that we have confidence in what we hope for. And we are sure in the things that we do not see. That kind of radical faith, yes, can and indeed move mountains. He said, you don't even need a lot of faith. You need a faith as small as a mustard seed. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a mustard seed, but it is so tiny. And God is saying that is all it takes. All it takes is a small mustard seed to move mountains, to propel things in your life. So today I'm asking you to start working on your faith factor. Whatever it is that you're facing, whatever request that you need God to do for you, whatever you've been praying for, asking for, I'm asking you to try it with faith. Move with faith. Move as if that thing has already happened. Have confidence and surety in your bones, in the way that you move, the way that you talk, the way that you present yourself, as if that thing has already taken place. Be radical in your trust in God, in your belief in him. One thing that I know about God is that he always provides. He said, it may tarry, but I will still show up when it's time for me to show up. Trust in him. And I believe that he will give you the desires of your heart. I hope this video was helpful. I hope that you find a blessing in it. I hope that it gave you the encouragement that you needed to continue to have faith in God. Whatever it is, write it down, put it at the feet of God, and walk away. Let God take over. Let him show up and show out. Let him show you that he loves you more than you can ever imagine. And continue to have faith, continue to trust God, and I'll see you guys in the next video.